Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. This one's from user Truth Electrical. Advice on breaking up with my 38 male, unstable fiance, 38 female, and lockdown. Hey gang, I'm in a difficult situation with my fiance. We love each other dearly, and I'm extremely grateful to her for all that she's done for me. But we are just too unstable. It's a non-stop emotional roller coaster. 90% of the time things are wonderful, but the other 10% is unbearable. I've learned a lot over the years on how to control my emotions and manage my mental health, so I've become a lot less reactive. But even so, it seems like we end up in a terrible conflict about once every week, 2 weeks, that results in sharp words and silent treatment for hours or even days. It used to be once every few days. It's so exhausting. I'm just done, y'all. Currently, we're in a European country where she has citizenship rights and I don't, and my status is going to expire soon. We're at the point where the logical step in our relationship is to get married. But I just can't do it. Every cell in my body is warning me not to marry her. I want to break up and go back to my home country while I can still grab a flight. I'm saving up money to do this, and I plan to do it in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Here's where this gets complicated. My fiance is completely dependent on me financially. She has not worked in 2 years. She supports me in my work and around the house, but cannot seem to finish any projects on her own. She's been trying to build an e-commerce store, but it's moving at a snail's pace. I've tried helping her, but it gets nowhere. The resistance for her goes very deep and is linked to trauma and abuse, and I'm just not equipped to handle it. She's an actress, but has given up on working due to embarrassment about her age. She has a lot of other skills, psychic readings and healings. Regardless of whether you believe in it, she is really very gifted at this. Decorating, photography, but she doesn't seem to be motivated to turn them into something money-earning. As for her own mental health issues, she is not actively seeking treatment or help or coaching or therapy. Again, I've tried. We went to couples therapy, but she doesn't seem to be capable of taking responsibility for her side of the conflict cycles. She does not have a support system in this country. She's not close with many people online either. We have made good friends with our neighbors, and I'm sure they will check in on her. But I am hesitant to leave her alone in this country without means to support herself. She struggles with basic tasks like opening bank accounts and sending emails because she is often overwhelmed emotionally. I came to the sober conclusion that I needed to break up with her 3 times in the last year and a half. All 3 times she talked me out of it. She convinced me that I was having a mental health episode or that I was possessed by toxic masculinity or patriarchy energies that were not the truth of what my spirit wanted, etc. She laid guilt on me, saying that she would wither away and die and that I would then die of grief. She said nobody should abandon their partner in a foreign country in the middle of a health crisis. She said she had seen our children in dreams and that they were meant to be born and I was killing them, etc. I see now that this was all simply manipulation driven by her fear of abandonment. This time, I know that I need to do it, but I'm scared, you guys. I know she will not take it well, but I can't bring myself to leave like a thief in the night. For that matter, it's not possible. I don't have a car that I can pack stuff into. We're in a rural area, so I'd need to book an airport taxi or call a friend in advance. So either way, there's going to be another long, drawn-out nuclear war when I try to break up with her. I know that I need to stick to my guns. I don't know when to tell her of my decision and how to get out cleanly. I don't want to cause her more pain than I have to. I really do care about her. In my fantasy world, we'd walk through the woods and have a beautiful ceremony where we release each other lovingly, but I don't see that happening. I also do not have the resources to support her indefinitely. I want to offer to her that I'll pay her rent and food expenses for 2 months, to give her time to figure out some way to support herself and or get to some place where she can stay rent-free for a while, or ask for some support from her sister, who has helped her in the past. From where I am, this just feels really heartless and cruel, and I know that's what she'll say to me, but I just don't know what else to do. At some point, she needs to take responsibility for herself, right? Phew, felt good to express all this. Thanks for any advice you might have on navigating this. Whew, OP, I don't think it's ever okay to stay in a relationship out of guilt. And in this sense, your girlfriend or fiance, wow, she plays dirty, like no holds bar, under the belt dirty. Tell you that she's seen your kids, your children, in her dreams and that you're killing them? She convinced you that you were having a mental health episode in the past. She then tried to guilt you by saying that she would die if you left her, and then you would die at her grief. Now, I know this next part might be a little bit controversial, but I just have to ask. How is wanting to break up with someone who is clearly not good for you, is trying to emotionally manipulate you and gaslights you into thinking you have mental health issues, be part of toxic masculinity or even be aligned with that concept? OP, the only solution to this problem that I see is that you need to grab some courage and tell her that you just can't be in this relationship anymore. If you want to help her out financially for a month or two, fine, you can absolutely do that if that's what you want. But you shouldn't stay in this relationship just because of how it may affect her. She is 38 years old, man. She's pretty grown up to kind of know what to do with her life, right? And if she doesn't, well then she can always get professional help to do that. I think there's a phrase here that applies really well, and I've seen it on other Reddit comments. You should not set yourself on fire to keep others warm. But anyways, that's enough out of me. How about we move on to the community comments to see what they have to say to OP. Toady9622 says, "You will never have another life. Don't ruin this one by entering a marriage that you know will be awful. And even more importantly, do not bring a child into it. I think your plan is fine. Leave and pay 2 months rent, then block her from everything." International Aside says, "Oof, I get why you feel guilty, but you are not her caretaker and she is a grown-up. We all have crap to deal with, but she has absolutely used her issues as emotional blackmail so she can leech off of you. I don't know if she did so consciously, but she did it. You'd be amazed at what a person can accomplish when they need to. She has the ability to support herself, she just hasn't needed to because she's been able to fall back on you. Without you as a crutch, she will either get her crap together or she won't. Either way, it's not on you." OP responds, "Thanks, you're right, she will be okay. She's actually much more capable than she's acting." Chewy Candies says, "She sounds manipulative and isn't taking responsibility for her actions at all. She needs to acknowledge that there is a problem in order for therapy or counseling to work. She needs to be open to the possibilities in order for change to occur. It sounds as though she is trying to guilt trip you into staying. Seeing future kids? You're possessed? You're a child murderer? Sounds a bit crazy to me. She's just scared of being alone and not finding someone as dedicated and as generous as you. Maybe she's afraid she won't find someone who will put up with her crap and pay her bills. You're a champ for staying, but honestly, it would be best to leave. She should work on her stability before ever considering marrying or even having children, which is on the late side of the spectrum for her biologically speaking. You can find someone better who is mature and mentally aware. Also, you need to have your needs met as well. It isn't all about her and a relationship is never about just one person. It sounds as though you prioritize her more than yourself, and in any relationship, that's unhealthy. You're not being heartless by leaving. Paying 2 months for everything is more than enough. You're too nice and she will take advantage of that if there is no end. She will take you for everything you have if you allow her to. She needs to be more self-sufficient in and out. You're doing her and yourself a favor. You will be okay. You'll be happier once you aren't being used like you are right now." Well, I'm seeing that OP got very similar advice to what I was just saying a while ago, that he needs to end this. Basically, that's the bottom line. He just needs to tell her it's over and, move back to his home country or wherever he wants to, but get on with his own life. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you think OP should stay with her and help her become a more strong individual or something like that? Keep being her support partner? Or he should just leave and get on with his own life? Let me know in the comment section. And now, let's move on to the update to see what OP ended up doing. I want to thank everyone who chimed in with advice and feedback, which helped validate my beliefs that my partner was abusive and the situation was untenable. In the midst of the relationship, I doubted everything, but I feel much clearer now. I did it! I broke up with her and flew back to my home country. I thought I would wait a bit longer before making the move, but some unexpected money came in that allowed me to book my flights, and once I made up my mind, I knew I had to do it quickly. It was terrible. There was no way for me to leave in the middle of the night because I had too much stuff to pack and I needed it all for work. I had to go through a confrontation and endure 3.5 hours of her trying desperately to change my mind. But I was determined to get out of there. I had made up my mind that I would call the police if she tried to stop me from getting in that taxi, or an ambulance if she threatened to end her life. She did neither. I think she could sense that I was not effing around this time, unlike previous breakups where I lacked the resolve to follow through and let myself be manipulated and persuaded into staying. Anyway, it's over now. For the first few days I was worried sick about her well-being, but our friends are taking care of her and may even let her live with them while she figures out her next move. I'm honoring my plan to pay her expenses for 2 months, and I'll cut contact completely once that's done. I moved to my brother's city where I will spend the spring and summer, and he is expecting a baby soon, so I will get to be an uncle and help around the house. I'm grateful to be around family and have something to look forward to. I feel like I've taken my life back. Still, I'm sad. I really did love her dearly. Thanks everyone for giving me frank but helpful advice. It made a huge difference. I am ready now to start my healing and get on with my life. Good for you, OP. I think you did the right thing by ending that relationship. It clearly wasn't meant to be, either for you or for her. Hopefully, she'll get the help that she truly needs to move on with her life and actually build herself up to be independent. In any case, it is not your responsibility anymore. You've done as much as you can, and now you need to focus on yourself. Apart from that, it's great that your brother is letting you stay with him and that you're going to be able to help with them once the new baby arrives, which you clearly are looking forward to, so that's great. Apart from all of that, I don't think there's much more to say here, but all the best, OP. Take care. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Also, if you feel like chatting with others from this community, you can always join my Discord server and check out my subreddit. I'll leave the links in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.